Hi everyone! If you're new here, I'm Allen with Earthglow, and this channel is all about sharing the joy of candle making. So in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing the highly requested order from Brambleberry that includes all of the fragrances. There may be one or two exceptions on a fragrance that was out of stock, but all of the fragrances that you all had requested that I try, that you all loved, and I am so excited. This box has been sitting here now for over a week. I've had just a crazy season like many other small business owners during the holidays, but I am so looking forward to opening this box and smelling all of these oils on camera with you all. But anyways, if this is something that you're interested in, then consider subscribing. I am always posting candle business related content, and recently I have started posting soap business related content because soap making is another one of my hobbies that is also a side job for me. But anyways, let's get right into today's video, and I hope that you enjoy. Oh my goodness. So this is, I think my second or third order from Brambleberry. I have ordered from this company, gosh, maybe 2 years ago, and I ordered a ton of oils, and I really loved, I'm gonna just cover my address here. There's 2 full pages of this, so just so you all can see, there's a lot of oils in here, and I hope I'm able to smell them all. But, oh, I also ordered, okay, so I really wanted to try Anne Marie. She's another one of my soap mentors. I just adore her. And I really wanted to try these white goggles that she had. And then I also just bought a pair that are supposed to be able to go over your glasses. So, not fragrance related, but oh my gosh. Okay, let me see if I can bring you all in so you can see this. So I'm hoping the camera is able to pick this up, but oh my gosh. So Brambleberry does use all glass for their bottles, and I cannot wait. Now, I'm not going to be calling anybody out in particular, because I just don't want to put anyone on the spot, but I will say that you all selected like 90, I would say like 90% of these oils, and I selected probably 10%, just out of my own curiosity. So, oh my, I'm so excited, you all. So we've got flowering sage and incense. Now, I'm kind of nervous for this one because I recently smelled one from Makesy that I was not a big fan of. It was kind of similar to that. We have sea salt and lily. We've got vanilla oak. We have silver sparkle. This is one that I just threw in my cart. No one requested it, but I just thought the name was so intriguing. Willow and ivy. Some of these I did buy just a little bit bigger bottles of, but I'm trying to be really good and not buy the larger size unless I really have tested the smaller size. Night violet, I am really intrigued. One of you told me that this was your favorite violet fragrance. So, I don't know, I'm excited to smell it. And some of you also told me that the frankincense and myrrh by Brambleberry was one of the most true to life frankincense and myrrhs that is out there. So we'll see if I agree with that. And then cashmere, I think one of you requested this one as well. I may have just thrown this one into my cart because cashmere is another note that I'm really intrigued with. We have rose quartz. This one I definitely just put into my cart. I do sell crystals. If any of you are not familiar, I will link my IG on here. I usually don't talk about my crystals too much because it's not like necessarily pertaining to candles, even though most of my candles do contain crystals, except for my wooden wick ones, which is because they clog the wicks. But I will link my page for you all. And then this is green tea and cucumber. And then we have lingonberry spice, which I have smelled this oil before. Niyyah actually sent me a little bottle of that, and I just adore it. And it's a really strong one too. I have tested it. Actually, it's burning in my bathroom right now. The lingonberry in 464, I tested it, and it's a phenomenal thrower, the lingonberry spice. And then this one here is oatmeal, milk, and honey. Oh my God, Palo Santo and mahogany. We've got, I cannot believe how many oils are in here. Autumn fig harvest. We also have sensuous sandalwood. This one comes very highly rated and requested by you all. Warm vanilla sugar, which I absolutely adore this scent from Bath & Body Works, and I was just curious if theirs compared to the Bath & Body Works one. It's a scent that I grew up with, and I do sell it as my snowdrift candle. I've tried the ones from Aztec and the flaming candle, but they're not very strong, and I'm working on revising that scent because I want a stronger hot throw. I will say French Bourbon Reserve from Midwest is probably my favorite for a warm vanilla sugar type scent, if you really love the Bath & Body Works one like I do. But that one's a little more like Vanilla Bean Noel. So just so you all have those comparisons. And then this is Blackberry Sage. I absolutely love the Blackberry Sage by Nature's Garden, but it does contain phthalates, so I won't be using it in my candle line. So I'm hoping that that one is similar. This one is called White Tea and Ginger, and you all know that I have been looking for a good white tea scent. I do like the one from Candle Science, but I am looking for a little bit of a different quality, kind of more like the white tea and ginger from Aztec, but with a stronger hot throw. And then this is oatmeal, milk, and honey. Now my favorite oatmeal, milk, and honey scent is from Nature's Garden. Absolutely love it. It's a great thrower in both 464 and beeswax soy and cocoa cream. I've tested it in both, and I've tested it with wooden wicks. It's all around a fantastic scent. But I just love oatmeal type scents, and so I wanted to try this one as well since one of you had requested it from Brambleberry. And then this is Ray of Sunshine, requested by one of you. And wow, there are so many oils. I feel like I hope we can get through all these. This is Sunflower and Sandalwood, also very highly rated and requested. Lush Succulent. So I actually had this in a 16-ounce bottle like 2 years ago, and I forgot what it smelled like. It was a very popular limited edition candle that I did in February like 2 years ago. So I'm excited to smell that one. Oh, and then this is called Sweet Pea. Now I love the Bath & Body Works fragrance called Sweet Pea, and I'm hoping that this one is similar to it, because I really love that scent, and I feel like it's not too talked about. Oh, and then I had to get this one. So this one is called Brambleberry, and you know, it goes without explaining why I have to try it. And then this one is called Spiced Mahogany, and I also was just really intrigued by the name on that one. This one is called Kentucky Bourbon, and one of you requested it. I do love my bourbon fragrances. Some of my favorites, bourbon, Bow Ties and Bourbon by Aztec, and the Flaming Candles Midnight Bourbon, recommended to me by Michael Aponte with Candle Romance. And then this one here is called Amber. I don't think I ordered that. Maybe I did. I'm just checking my sheet here. I probably did and forgot. Checking my sheet here. Oh yeah, it is. I must have ordered it. And then this one is called Cedar and Amber. And I absolutely love how right on the bottle it tells you it's behavior and cold process soap, and they also give a shelf life. So I really like, and then it also tells you if it discolors or not in cold process. So that's really, really helpful information. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh my God, no it's not. Oh, okay, I just knocked the camera. That is not nearly everything, you all. Okay, so I also apparently ordered more. Oh yeah, okay, so this is Dark Crystal, and this scent was introduced to me by Niyyah Handcrafted. I will link her YouTube channel down below, but this fragrance is exquisite. I've never soaped with it, so I can't talk about that. It does say that it has mild acceleration in cold process. Maybe Niyyah can comment down below if she has done this one in soap, but in candles, this fragrance is incredible. I just tested it in 464. I am obsessed with this oil. Obsessed. It's gotta be one of my favorite oils that I've ever smelled from any company. Oh, and then this next one is called Peach Prosecco, and very, very, very highly rated. Okay, and then, yeah, I got one other big bottle. I did so good, you all. Like, look at this, 2 16-ounce bottles. Yeah, and you know I had to order the espresso because this is my all-time favorite coffee scent of any company. However, I have been using the one from Midwest. I think it's called espresso. It smells more like Candle Science's, what is it called? Their coffee scent, their fresh coffee. So the espresso from Midwest, to me, smells almost identical to Candle Science's fresh coffee. But Candle Science's fresh coffee you can't use in cold process soap, and Midwest you can. So, but Brambleberry's espresso, if I remember correctly, is my favorite of all. Now, this does accelerate in cold process, but if you know how to work with it, you know, you just have to really prepare ahead. But yeah, oh my gosh, I am so excited to have more of this oil. I have not had a bottle of this in like 2 years. So really, really excited to smell that one again. And yeah, I think I got everything. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna smell some of these oils. Oh my gosh, I am literally like almost shaking because I am so excited to finally have this box open. I have not had time to do this in so long because of all the holiday orders, finishing the school semester, just everything, just life. And I am just excited to kick back and relax and smell some of these oils. Now, before I get into this, I do just want to put out the disclaimer that there is always a chance that a fragrance that I really like, you might not like, and there's also the chance that a fragrance that you really like, I may strongly dislike or put on my fails list. And I will say though about this company in the past that most all of the oils I have tried from them, I have genuinely enjoyed. And I can't say that about many companies. 1617 is really the only other company that I can say that about. Again, with the exception of Lombard Street and Kathmandu, I do think that those ones do tend to work better as blenders, but some of you have said that they do throw really well in the Soy Bliss. But yeah, so I just want to be clear that these are just my out-of-the-bottle first impressions. To really test a fragrance, you need to be testing these thoroughly in your wax or whatever application you are going to be using them in, and doing your own testing, because fragrance is highly subjective and that's just the nature of it. So please just take this as my out-of-the-bottle first impressions, because that is exactly what it is and all it is. But anyways, let's get right into this. So I think I really want to start out with this, I don't know, I want to do one of these that you all recommended first. Maybe let's do, should I do sea salt and water lily? Let's do the Ray of Sunshine. So I have no idea what to expect from any of these oils. And I will also say that Brambleberry is kind of like in between. I would say it's more of a luxury supplier. I would say with their quality and their price point, I would say it does lean more towards a luxury market, but they're kind of in between. Anyways, this first fragrance is called Ray of Sunshine, and I have no idea what to expect here. I'm maybe expecting something citrusy, maybe something that is a little bit earthy. And yeah, I really have no idea. Yup, and I would say that this is, I'm gonna put this on a strip here. One thing I've noticed about this company is that a lot of their fragrances are very potent, and I like that. So I'm definitely getting it prominent out of the bottle. I just want to put this on a strip to see if it changes at all. And yeah, it's very, very prominent. So this definitely has notes of, I would say, orange blossoms, maybe some neroli, maybe a hint of florals in there, like a jasmine or something, but definitely not a heady floral. It's more of a citrus fragrance, and I really like this. I wonder if it says, so yeah, it says that it does not discolor in cold process and that it behaves well and it has a 1-year shelf life. Now, I will say that when I spoke with Candle Science specifically about shelf lives, they did say that if you are storing it in a dark and cool area, not cold, but cool, and dark, you will get generally longer, on the longer side of your fragrance. So, you know, you can just kind of take these with a little bit of a grain of salt there, and just use your nose and your product testing as the end, you know, as to whether or not the fragrance is good or expired, is what I would say. But this ray of sunshine, it's unique. And I would say that about a lot of Brambleberry's oils. They are highly unique. Almost everything I've smelled from that company, I don't smell really anywhere else. And I think that that's kind of interesting to me. Okay, so next, let's take a look at this apple sage. So I think this was one that I just put into my cart because I really love apple sage type fragrances. Actually, I tried one from Makesy, and I'll put the name up on the screen, but I think it was ambrosia apple and sage or something, or in hyacinth. It was ambrosia apple and hyacinth, I want to say. But those apple fragrances with other notes, like blending apple with an herbal note or with a floral note, I think works really, really well oftentimes. So I am excited to smell this Apple Sage by Brambleberry. And I am not getting a very prominent scent on this one out of the bottle. Put this one on a strip here. Yeah, okay. I'm sort of disappointed in this one, unfortunately. I'm definitely getting the apple. I get less sage. I guess it's in there, but you'd have to tell me it's in there. And I wish I was getting a little bit of that kind of herbaceous, like peppery almost quality. This one reminds me of White Grapefruit Aside by Stone Candles. It has a slightly immature quality to it. It's really not bad though. It's just, I have such high expectations with Brambleberry that this would just strike me as more of an average type of a fragrance with apple and with a little bit of some sort of a fruity, slightly herbal, but not very herbal note to it. It's definitely unique. I haven't smelled anything that's, you know, what I would consider a twin to this. But yeah, I would say White Grapefruit and Aside by Stone Candles is kind of along the same lines. And it's not like a candy, it's just a little bit immature. So yeah, this Apple Sage, at least out of the bottle, I do not think is for me. Fragrances, by the way, that I'm really like head over heels for, I'm gonna be putting in this special little tray that was made by Amy Hyde Art, and I'm gonna link her Instagram page for you all. But I bought this tray and it's just, I think it's absolutely stunning and it matches my business colors. So, okay, anyways, let's take a look at, oh, let's do this sweet pea. Okay, so let's take a look at the sweet pea. I am really hoping, I don't have any sweet pea by Bath & Body Works here, but I'm really hoping that this smells similar to their sweet pea, because I adore it and I haven't smelled it in a long time. I probably should have gone to Bath & Body and just gotten a bottle of it for this, but just out of the bottle, it will probably take me right back to the scent if it's a very similar one. And no, not at all. No, I can tell you out of the bottle, this is nothing like the Bath & Body Works Sweet Pea fragrance. I'm getting very strong camphor and herbal notes to this one, and I'm surprised by it. Again, it's not a off-putting scent. it's definitely something that's unique and intriguing to me, but it's just not what I was expecting at all from the name. And I am not in love with this one out of the bottle. I would say that fragrances that this would be similar to would be like Wild Sage by Midwest, which I really love that scent. I was just expecting something different from this one, like a little bit more nurturing, loving, like sweet pea, like the name suggests, and I was hoping that it would be similar to the Bath & Body Works. Okay, I am really actually disappointed by that scent. Do you ever have like a certain expectation for something and then like it's not bad, it's just not at all what I expected? And I think if they put a totally different name on it, that it would be something that I might even enjoy, but just because I was expecting it to smell a certain way and it didn't, I'm kind of bummed. But anyways, okay, let's take a look at the Cinnamon Cocoa. This one, a couple of you recommended that I check out, and I'm expecting something gourmand, kind of upscale gourmand. Hopefully not a dog's ear wax type of a scent, like I give so many chocolate fragrances a hard time for. So anyways, let's see what Cinnamon Cocoa is gonna do for us. And this one is also, to me, lighter out of the bottle, which is surprising. I'm not getting an overly prominent cinnamon note though. Ooh. Okay, this I like. It is coming off a little bit lighter than I might like out of the bottle, but this I really like. I would say that it's about like 10% cinnamon, 90% rich cocoa. Oh my God, I just whacked myself in the face with the blotter strip. But this is not at all like a dog's earwax type of a cocoa. This is a true chocolate. And I'm getting a true chocolate. Like, this is one of the first fragrances that I've smelled that has a very prominent, beautiful, just beautiful chocolate note to it. I adore this. This almost seems like it has a little bit of a cafe quality to it almost. Like there's some sort of a gourmand note to this one. That is more than just a cinnamon cocoa. It's almost like it has, gosh, maybe a little bit of coffee to it even, like espresso to it. But it smells very much like a Saturday afternoon at your favorite cafe that's kind of like Italian styled, and you're outside and it is an autumnal afternoon and the leaves are coming down in the trees and you are drinking your chai latte to keep you warm on a cool autumn day, and you're wearing your cozy sweater, and oh my goodness, am I in love with this cinnamon cocoa. Whoever recommended this one to me, if you are watching this, please leave me a comment down below. Again, I'm not gonna call anyone out specifically, but oh my gosh, am I glad that I discovered this fragrance. This one is definitely going up here. I don't know if you all can see. I'm gonna put this one in my little special bowl. So I'm using like the main tray for ones that I really like, but this little bowl for like creme de la creme. Next up, let's take a look at, let's do this cashmere. So I am excited for this one. Should we do this one? Yeah, let's do this one. I even bought a bigger bottle for some reason of this one. Now, I have a lot of experience with cashmere fragrances. Some of my favorites are cashmere, Cocoa Butter Cashmere by the Flaming Candle, and also the one by Brambleberry. Actually, I like it a little bit more than the Flaming Candles. I do not like the cashmere, the Cozy Cashmere, I think it's called, by Midwest. I'll put the name up on the screen, but I don't like the Midwest one. I really like Cashmere Type by Nature's Garden. I also like fragrances like Cashmere Plum by Candle Science that have that note to it. Cashmere is a note that not a lot of people can really put a finger on what it is. The Cashmere Accord, like it's just a classic blend of different things that when you smell it, you just feel like you're wearing something that's cashmere and you're just cozy automatically because of the aroma. But the Cashmere Accord is such a special scent to have in any fragrance, and it really can elevate oils. And they've got one of these little stopper bottles on here as well. So I'm gonna just put this onto a, little strip. I'm gonna get a paper towel so that I can just drip a little bit on there. You all told me to do that and it's been working much better than taking the cap, the little stopper thing off. Okay, so I just got a paper towel so I could like drip the fragrance onto the bladder strip without taking the cap off. And I'm really excited to smell this one. Brambleberry has not disappointed on their cashmere. The last time I ordered, is this even coming out? There's not even anything that's coming out here. Oh, it needs to be punctured. Yeah, the little hole in the top needs to be like punctured. I don't have anything to do that with, so I'm just gonna pop it off. Okay, anyways, their little stopper was very easy to get off. Oh my gosh, you all. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So this is very reminiscent of Cocoa Butter Cashmere. It's not a twin, probably not even a sibling, but it's like a cousin. It's like your very elevated cousin. And I almost whacked myself in the face again with the strip. Yeah, I'm getting like that kind of cocoa butter cashmere aesthetic that it's very hard for me to put a finger on. It's like a soft floral, but it's a clean fragrance. And you get those hints of like, oh my gosh, it's like Bath and Body Works-esque, but it's so elevated. It's like their Twilight Woods Into the Night type of scent, magic in the air. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this fragrance. On the bottle, it says that it does accelerate in cold process, and that it discolors to tan as well. But this scent, you all, oh my gosh, Brambleberry has not disappointed here. Yeah, I'm getting such a blend of things that it's very hard for me to put a finger on. Like there's a berry note to this, but it's kind of like the Cashmere Plum by Candle Science, where it's a berry note that has been very much like embraced by a cashmere and a luxe note. It's just a sparkling, gorgeous, clean, but also fruity. And I would wear this as well as like a perfume. Well, I mean, it's probably not ideal for a guy, but like I would wear this too. But it's a gorgeous like scent, like a perfume quality, I would say type of a scent. And I love this. Okay. Next up, let's take a look at, okay, we gotta do this one. Let's do their Night Violet. Now, one of you recommended this one to me and said that this was your favorite violet fragrance that you would ever smell. So let's see what this one is gonna do. Night Violet. Some of the other violet fragrances that I use personally and like is Black Violet and Saffron by Candle Science. I do use that in a blend with Lavender and Sandalwood. Is my Nuit Paris candle, and I will put that blend that I use in the description. Great thrower, very much a heady floral. You kind of have to bring it down a few notches if you don't want it to overtake everything. But yeah, let's see what this Night Violet is gonna do for us. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my. I think this is my new favorite floral. Oh my gosh. I don't even like florals. Oh my gosh. This has a note to it too that's masculine. Like, oh, if you've smelled Fahrenheit by Dior, it smells almost like a more unisex version of Fahrenheit by Dior. I have to go get my Fahrenheit now to do a side-by-side for you all. Hey, I am back with Fahrenheit by Dior. This has been one of my favorite colognes for a long time. Now, I'm not actually gonna spray it because I don't want this to like get all over my body and like mess up my nose for the rest of these fragrances, but I'm just gonna sniff the cap here. Yeah, and that is more than enough. Yeah, they're related. They're definitely related. Okay, I'm gonna spray a little bit of the Dior on another strip just to really get a touch of this. So this is the Dior, the Fahrenheit by Dior. Oh, it's iconic. That cologne has been around since like the 80s and 90s. It was iconic when it was launched. And it's still iconic today. Like any Macy's you go into will have Fahrenheit by Dior. Yeah. Yeah. There's something in this Night Violet. Yeah. They're not siblings, but they're like first cousins. Fahrenheit by Dior and Night Violet by Brambleberry. I said I would not be purchasing any more fragrance oils. After this haul, I told myself I really wanted to review like Porter Candle Supply and some of the other companies that you all really were interested in. I told myself I need to focus on using up the oils that I have, and because I have more than enough supplies, really. And I don't want to waste things, but these oils, oh my gosh, I might just have to, okay. This Night Violet is a win, win, win. Niyyah Handcrafted suggested this one to me. I know that. She said that it was her favorite violet that she had ever smelled, and I hands down agree. Bravo. All right, next up, if I can recover from that, let's take a look at this Vanilla Oak. So I got a Vanilla Oak fragrance. I'll put the name up on the screen, but it was by Nature's Garden, and I really, really, really didn't like it. To me, personally, it smelled like suntan lotion. A nice suntan lotion, but nevertheless, suntan lotion. So I'm just hoping, I love vanilla and I love oak. I'm just hoping that it kind of has that like vanilla birch quality, like the flaming candle, except that it's stronger. This one does accelerate in cold process as well, and it does discolor to brown, just for those of you who care about cold process soaps. But yeah, really hoping that this is nothing like the Nature's Garden. And no, it's not, but I don't know that I'm a fan. Yeah, there's something in this that's just, I do like the aesthetic of it, but there's something in this that's just not quite working for my nose. I definitely am getting the oak and the vanilla, kind of like a Madagascar spice almost, not quite that spicy, but if you know that type of a vanilla. But yeah, there's something in this that almost has a chemical-like aroma to it out of the bottle, and it could just be because it's very concentrated. That's why I'm like telling you all, like you have to put these into candles to really know. But yeah, there's something that's just not quite working for me out of the bottle on this one, and I want to like it, but out of the bottle, this one's a pass for me. I may play around with it more though, and see how this one behaves in products. But yeah, there's just something in it that's not quite working for me. Okay, next up, let's take a look at, let's do one of these Sandalwoods. Okay, so many of you have told me that this fragrance is just iconic. This is the, I hope it's in focus, the Sunflower Sandalwood, and it behaves well in cold process. It does not discolor, according to the notes. So I don't really know. From what you all have told me, this is like a luxe sandalwood, like a sandalwood on steroids. It's out of this world sandalwood. Now I have tried the sandalwood from a bunch of them from Nature's Garden, as well as the one from Candle Science, and I love the one from Candle Science. I do often use it as a blender. I wouldn't consider it a standalone fragrance, but it's an excellent blender, especially in luxury candles, I would say. So yeah, let's see what the Sunflower Sandalwood by Brambleberry is gonna do for us. Okay. I like this, but I don't. It's very unique. It smells high-end, yes. but I don't know what to think about it. So I'm not getting a strong, like I am getting a strong sandalwood, but it also has like an incense quality to it, and it has a little bit of citrus or something. It has a light floral to it. Yeah, I wanna like it, but again, there's something in this that to my nose out of the bottle just doesn't quite work. But I don't like dislike it. It's just not quite all going together cohesively to my nose. Yeah. Okay, next, let's take a look at, should we do, okay, let's do, I don't know. Should we do the spiced mahogany? Let's do the frankincense and myrrh. Okay, yeah, because so many of you have been telling me that Brambleberry's frankincense and myrrh is the frankincense and myrrh. Now, I've tried a lot of frankincense and myrrh fragrance oils. I'm also very familiar with frankincense essential oil from lots of different parts of the world. I've tried a lot of frankincense, and I've tried Nature's Garden, just a slew of them. They've got frankincense by itself, they've got frankincense and myrrh, they've got like at least 3 different ones, and I've tried them all. And I hate to say this, but I'm not a fan of any of them. I have tried the frankincense and myrrh by Candle Science. It's in my line. There are some people who are really big fans of it. It's not for me personally. It's too powdery. But I do keep it in my line for people that, the customers that I have that just, it's their favorite scent. But yeah, I am looking for a good true to life frankincense and myrrh. Makesy has one that I would say smells very much like the essential oils, but I am looking for something that's a little more inspired than that. So from what you all have told me, oh yeah, and I also recently tried the frankincense and myrrh by Midwest, and I was not a fan of that one. It had kind of a chemical-like aroma to me. So, but anyways, this one behaves well in cold process, and it does discolor to light brown. But anyways, here goes the frankincense and myrrh by Brambleberry. And yes, yes, and yes. Okay, this is what I was looking for. This is what I was looking for in a frankincense and myrrh. This is a true frankincense and myrrh, but this is like elevated. This is not just a frankincense and myrrh essential oil. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is like if you have smelled frankincense and myrrh by Zoom, Z-U-M. It is just a small company that I think they're based out of Arkansas, but they have candles at my health food store and I adore them. This smells almost like their frankincense and myrrh candle, and that is one of my favorite candles of all time. And yes, I adore this. You know what? I'm gonna have to go see if I can find my Zoom candle for you all. I'm gonna be right back. I hope I still have one. I might have burned my last one. Okay, so I am back and I do have, this is my sad candle, but this was the scent that I was telling you all about. This is the frankincense and myrrh. That is like my favorite frank and myrrh. But if you're just looking for the essential oils, this is not it. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yep, this is it. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Frankincense and Myrrh by Brambleberry is the frankincense and myrrh. Now, I do need to test this out, and I'm glad I got a bigger bottle of this. But it does behave well in cold process. I will be trying this out definitely in a candle. I may or may not make this into a soap. I was really looking for this though in a candle. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is the frankincense and myrrh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, whoever recommended this to me, there were several of you, but please leave me a comment if any of you have recommended any of these oils. Please leave it in the comments. I am so excited that, like, these ones up here, I don't even have room in my bowl anymore, but you know what, I'm just gonna put all of my favorites. I'm gonna put my creme de la creme, the Night Violet and the frankincense and myrrh, in this special little bowl, but all the ones up on this platter are like oils that are going to be very challenging for me to not go right back onto the website tonight and get a 16-ounce bottle of. And I'm not supposed to be buying fragrances for a year. But yeah, this frankincense and myrrh is something else. So, next up, oh, I want to do one of these Palo Santo fragrances, you all. So if any of you have been following my journey, I know some of you are saying you need to test out Porter candles. I know, it's on my list, but your guy needs to take a little bit of a break and use what he has first. And I don't like to waste things, even samples, so I really need to use up my supplies because fragrance does go bad and I don't like it staying on my shelf for too long. And I have a lot of oils right now. So I won't be trying any more Palo Santos for a while, but the ones that I have tried, I tried the one by Midwest. I really like that one. It's not what I would consider a true to life Palo Santo, but it's the closest of any fragrance that I would consider that. I've tried the one from Cal Candle Supply, and that would be my number 2. I've tried Flaming Candles Palo Santo Patchouli, and that one to me smells kind of like a mahogany antique wood. Same case with Candle Science's Saffron Cedarwood, which they rebranded. It was formerly their Palo Santo fragrance, and that one also to me smells like a beautiful mahogany antique wood rather than a Palo Santo. But this one from Brambleberry is labeled Palo Santo Mahogany. So I did. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I did try the Palo Santo from Makesy as well. And there are several of them that I've tried. They have like multiple Palo Santo fragrances. And I would say that none of them to me smell like the wood. They're more like cedarwood or sandalwood, the ones from Makesy. So let's see what this Palo Santo and Mahogany is gonna do for us. Okay. Again, I like it, but I don't. I'm on the fence with this one. Yeah, and so I'm not getting Palo Santo really at all. I am getting mahogany, I would say. There's kind of a citrus quality, or there's some sort of a note in this one that to me just isn't, again, working with my nose. It's a very distinct aroma. I can't compare it to anything other than incense, but not Palo Santo in my opinion. It's more like one of the stick incenses, not like Nag Champa, but yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Let's take a look at this Kentucky bourbon. One of you recommended this fragrance to me, and I think I mentioned my favorite bourbon fragrances already earlier in this video, but I love the apples and maple bourbon as well by Candle Science. That was a beautiful gourmand for the fall. So yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this other than something that's kind of like the other bourbons that I have mentioned. Now, I do want to say as well that bourbon is not, it doesn't really smell like alcohol to me personally. It just, when it's with other fragrance notes, even by itself in the applications that I've smelled it, like the Flaming Candles Midnight bourbon in Aztecs, what is it called? I'll put the name up on the screen, but it's kind of just more of a luxe note and it adds a warmth. But I am smelling something from here and it's not like the other bourbons that I have smelled. So let's see what this Kentucky bourbon is gonna do for us. Wait a second, I thought I didn't like that one, but now that it's closer to my nose, this is definitely like the smokiest bourbon that I have smelled. Not a smoke in your hair type of bourbon. I give Candle Science a very hard time for that with a lot of their fireside fragrances. But this reminds me more of like a mahogany, or kind of like what I was hoping that Palo Santo fragrance would be, except there's something else in it that I don't know how to quite put into words. It has a spice component to it. It has more of a woodsy, earthy, kind of stereotypical masculine note to it. But yeah, I really enjoy this. This is different. This is a really different oil. If you're looking for something that is upscale, for sure, this is something that Stone Candles or 1617, actually all the ones that are up here on the platter that I really like are ones that I would consider high-end fragrances. Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by this. It says that it behaves well in cold process. It discolors to light brown. But this smells like some of the Palo Santo scents that I have smelled, like the one from Midwest that I really like. But it's got something else going on to it that's kind of like a little bit spicy, and it's stronger and it's more like cohesive in some way. It's very woody and earthy, but it's very luxe and high end. Wow. Okay, next up, let's take a look at, should we do, why do I have 2 spiced mahogany? Did I really order 2 of those? No. Oh, I smelled Palo Santo and mahogany. Let's smell spiced mahogany. I think one of you recommended this. Maybe I just put this one into my cart. But yeah. Let's see how this one differs from the Palo Santo and mahogany. Okay, this one's really kind of, it's got like a cedar camphor note to it. It's very woody, earthy, masculine, I would say. Let me compare it. I'm not out of the bottle a big fan. But I'm going to compare it to the Palo Santo and mahogany. Okay, so this is the Palo Santo and mahogany, and then this is the spiced mahogany. Yeah, it seems like they are pretty similar. I guess I'm more of a fan of the spiced mahogany, but it's not my favorite out of the bottle. There's something in this, and it smells like an essential oil to me, and I'm trying to put a finger on which one it is. But it just doesn't quite mesh for me out of the bottle. It could be patchouli. Yeah, I could see this being very good potentially in a candle, but out of the bottle, these two are not for me. Next, let's take a look at, yeah, let's do this sensuous sandalwood. So this one, I think, has the highest reviews of any sandalwood that Brambleberry has. Multiple people in our candle community recommended that I try this. Some of you said that this was your favorite sandalwood that you had ever smelled, and this is the sandalwood. So yeah, let's see what sensuous sandalwood is gonna do for us. And yes, okay, this is really good. This actually reminds me of a fragrance that I just purchased from Makesy that I'm gonna be telling you all the name of in a future video. Thought I didn't like it out of the bottle, but made it into body butters and it was absolutely divine, used in a very small amount. I haven't unboxed my 16-ounce bottle of it either. Yeah, this oil, the sensuous sandalwood, reminds me of that fragrance. And it's really good. It's really, really good. It's got like a mahogany ember component to it or something. Almost smells like it has beeswax in it too. And sandalwood and cedar, like Atlas cedarwood, cedarwood Atlas, if you're familiar with that essential oil. I really like this, and I'm going to compare it to the other oil in a future video that I'm talking about from Makesy that I didn't like in my first impressions as much, but that I ended up really liking after I made it into a product. What should we do next? Should we do, oh yeah, lingonberry spice, lush succulent. Oh, my night violet should be up here. Let's do emerald agave. Okay, this one was recommended by several people. Some of you DM'd me on Instagram as well, so not all of the recommendations were on my YouTube comment, but one of you in particular said that this was your favorite oil from Brambleberry, and they have like electrical tape on these, which I do appreciate, but it's kind of hard to get off. Okay, so I have no idea what to expect. Emerald, as many of you probably know, is a gemstone. It's actually my birthstone. I was born in May. And agave. So the only fragrance that I've smelled that really has a prominent agave note would be the one from Candle Science that I believe is called Agave Nectar. Not one of my personal favorites. I'm smelling something from here that's really good, by the way. Whoa. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with agave fragrances besides that are like the primary note is agave. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, this is unique. I am definitely getting a very high-end smelling fragrance from this one. This reminds me of their Lush Succulent, if I remember it correctly. Kind of like a cactus flower in jade, but high-end. Wow. This is really, really good. It's like if you took a cactus flower in jade and it was married to a black linen in amber, or if you took Lush Succulent and put it with like Persephone by 1617, like a luxe linen. But it also has some sort of a fruity quality to it as well. Almost like the Moonflower Nectar by Candle Science in a way. A little bit of that in there too. This is really, really complex. Wow. And it's extremely prominent out of the bottle. This does behave well in cold processed soap, but it discolors to purple. Wow, I am blown away by this one. Very glad I got a larger bottle. Okay, next up, let's take a look at, yeah, let's do this warm vanilla sugar. So I got this one because I was hoping that it smells like the Bath & Body Works that I grew up with, that fragrance. I absolutely adore it. My mom would buy it in lotions. She would buy it in candles. She would buy it in every application that was available. That one in Winter Candy Apple and Vanilla Bean Noel were like her favorites, and Twisted Peppermint during the winter season. So I am really hoping that this smells like the Bath & Body Works version. Okay. So here goes Warm Vanilla Sugar by Brambleberry. And yes, yes, and yes, it does. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go get my French Bourbon Reserve. It is lighter though, coming out of the bottle, and that's the only regret that I have. But I'm gonna go get my French Bourbon Reserve by Midwest, which is another oil that one's more like Vanilla Bean Noel though to me, by Bath & Body Works. That is more Vanilla Bean Noel than Vanilla Bean Noel ever was, in my opinion. French Bourbon Reserve by Midwest. But yeah, I just wanna compare this one to that fragrance for you all, because I do feel like Warm Vanilla Sugar and Vanilla Bean Noel do have a lot in common, those two Bath & Body Works scents. So I just ran up like 3 flights of stairs. But I grabbed the French Bourbon Reserve by Midwest, and I just wanted to compare that one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it smells like Vanilla Bean Noel. To the Warm Vanilla Sugar, which smells like Warm Vanilla Sugar. I'm gonna put them both on a strip though, just to do a side-by-side comparison. Because I have tried so many. Warm Vanilla Sugar from the Flaming Candle has no hot throw. It did like 2 years ago, but now, like I bought it recently and just no. Yeah, so this is French Bourbon Reserve. And then this one is the Warm Vanilla Sugar. Now they are very similar. I do prefer the French Bourbon Reserve by Midwest just because it's very prominent out of the bottle. But I really like the Warm Vanilla Sugar. And I think if you use paraffin or a Parasoy candle, that you could get a really good hot throw. And it does behave well in cold processed soap. I would be concerned with the Warm Vanilla Sugar, the throw on that one in a soy candle. I would. Okay, and then I also grabbed my Palo Santo fragrance by Midwest just so I could compare it side by side. I was saying, I think it was the Kentucky Bourbon was reminding me of the Palo Santo by Midwest, I want to say. Just gonna compare them side by side. So this is the Kentucky Bourbon. Wow. And then this is the Palo Santo. No, I would say that they're very distant like cousins. Yeah, I like both of them equally. The Kentucky bourbon though is definitely coming off stronger for me out of the bottle than the Midwest Palo Santo. And next up, I think I'm gonna do 2 more oils in this video and then we're gonna save the rest because there are just so many more oils. I'm not gonna be able to do this in one video or you all would be here for like hours. But let's try this. Okay, let's try, should we do, yeah, let's do Brambleberry. I wanna see what they call their own name. Like, I had to get this. I have no idea what this is. Gonna be like, I'm expecting some sort of a berry fragrance from this one. And yes, but I don't care for it. Disappointedly too. It's immature. I like it. I think this would be really popular, but for me, it's immature. It's too sweet. It's really prominent though. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna probably make this into something, but out of the bottle, this is like your white grapefruit acai by Stone Candles kind of fragrance, or yeah, it's immature. Okay, next up, let's take a look at, let's take a look, let's do one more fragrance. Yeah, let's do this Silver Sparkle. Now, this was one that I just put into my cart because I was so intrigued by the name. And yeah, I have no idea what to expect from this one. It says that it discolors to off-white. It has mild acceleration in cold processed soap. Okay, this I would say would probably smell very good in like a lotion. It's coming off fairly prominent out of the bottle. This is definitely like a cashmere-esque, vanilla bean, Noel-esque leaning fragrance, but it is coming off, I guess, kind of, yeah, medium to light, I would say. It does have a little bit of a perfume quality to it. It is one of those more complex scents where you get like the cashmere accord, you get the fruity kind of blended notes, but it's more of a clean but a little bit sweet type of a scent with a sparkle to it. Definitely not what I would consider immature. Yeah, I like this. I'm not like head over heels, but I like it. I said one more, but I have to smell on camera for you all. Yeah, we have to do this Lush Succulent because this is the one that I was saying that I thought maybe the Emerald Agave smelled a little bit like. So I have to smell this one again. There goes the cap. Okay, so this is Lush Succulent. Oh, yeah, that's not what I remembered. But I haven't had that scent for like 2 years. So, yeah, so the Emerald Agave, I'm gonna put that one side by side here. So this is the Emerald Agave. Oh my gosh. And the Lush Succulent. So the Lush Succulent, yeah, they're definitely like cousins, not siblings, not twins, more like cousins. The Lush Succulent is more of a heady floral, I would say. Definitely more along the lines of a cactus flower and jade, but I would say it's a little more high-end smelling. And the Emerald Agave is just a really unique, robust, like unisex type of a fragrance. I really am drawn to that. But I like the Lush Succulent too. They're just not as related as I originally had thought. Well, that is gonna be all for today's video. But before I end, I wanna rank these fragrances for you all because I know a lot of you enjoy it when I do that. And again, these are just out of the bottle first impressions and they're my opinions. So please keep that in mind and do your own testing. But I would say, so I'm gonna go from last place to first place with these. I would say my last place has to be, none of these I would consider like really bad, but I would say Ray of, I don't know. I wouldn't say say that it's really bad. I would probably put maybe, yeah, maybe I would put the vanilla oak fragrance. Let's smell that again. Yeah, I think probably that one. And then maybe the Ray of Sunshine. And then I would put the, probably the Palo Santo and I would say, yeah, the Palo Santo and Mahogany. And then the Spiced Mahogany. And then the Sweet Pea fragrance. And then I would probably put the Apple Sage. And then the Brambleberry. And then I would put the Sunflower Sandalwood. And then probably the Warm Vanilla Sugar. And all these oils on here were my favorites. So these are gonna be really hard for me to rank. But probably the last place for my favorites would be Silver Sparkle. And after that, I would say probably, this is really hard because all of these oils are so good on this tray, in my opinion. I have 2 Night Violets. I must have ordered a trial size as well as a larger size. Oops. Okay, so I would say, yeah, the last place of my favorites would be the Silver Sparkle. And then I would have to say the Sensuous Sandalwood, just because I have smelled other oils that are extremely similar to it. So it's not like jumping out to me as something that's really unique. And then I would put probably the Cashmere, just because, it's so good though. There's a lot of great cashmere fragrances that I've smelled. I really like it though. Again, all these on this platter, I'm going to struggle to not buy 16-ounce bottles of this year. Yeah, and I guess after that, I would have to put the Kentucky Bourbon maybe. And then maybe the Cinnamon Cocoa. Oh my God, it's really good though. Yeah, these oils are all so good on here. And then I guess I would have to put the Emerald Agave in number 3. And then my number 2 would probably be the Frankincense and Myrrh. Oh, it's so good. And my number 1, I will have to put the Night Violet, which is insane for me to even say because I'm not a floral person. But this fragrance oil, ladies and gentlemen, is something that you really, really, really must smell. Like, it's out of this world amazing. And I also apparently bought it in a larger bottle, which I am not mad about at all. But anyways, that is going to be all for today's video. Look for part 2 to my Brambleberry haul, where I'm going to be smelling the rest, like probably another 15 to 20 oils that were recommended to me, many of them from you all. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you recommended any of these scents and what your favorite scent is from Brambleberry. If you did like this video, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up and make sure that you tap the notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from me. And I'm sending everyone peace, love, and light. And I'm wishing all of you happy candle making.